Hey everybody, thanks so much for checking out May's Wild Hearted Forecast. I am Karen Monaco and I am going to be doing a channeled reading today for you to get you going with May's energies. It is going to be quite a pivotal month for so many of the wild hearted feminine in regards to mission and soul's purpose. So lots of fun and exciting things ahead. I am going to do a round of my very popular 20-minute channeled readings on Tuesday, May 5th. So if you're not a member of my Facebook group and you're interested in getting a 20-minute channeled reading just for yourself, go ahead and hop in. I'm going to leave the link to the group in the video's caption. We're 500 plus women strong at this point. So the vibration is elevating and we're just having a ton of fun over there. But anyway, those 20-minute channeled readings are $30 each. You get them typically within 2 or 3 days, and they're just a great way to get an idea of the energies that you're going to be working with for the remainder of the month. Okay, or for the whole month since it's in the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and call in my angels, guides, and the ascended masters. And I just ask that they be with me in my 5D awareness as I do this May forecast for the wild-hearted feminine. And I ask that they wrap their wings of protection around me, keeping me safe from any negative energies or entities that may try to come in and sway the reading in any way. And as always, please allow these readings to be channeled through me and not be from me. Okay, so let's go ahead and see which guides are coming through to work with us today or for this month. Let's see how many times I switch it and say today instead of the month. Okay, so we do have Lord Shiva, which is all about transcendence, rising up out of the darkness. So anything that's weighing on you, you're going to start to feel it kind of energetically lift off of you. You're going to have some opportunities presented to you, some ways to shift your vibration, whether you create them for yourself or it's going to be an offering from somebody else. Steps are going to be offered to you in regards to your mission and your purpose by way of course opportunities, or even somebody, if you're a card reader or somebody who has a certain spiritual gift. Whoa, guys, certain spiritual gift, maybe somebody's going to reach out to you and say, would you be willing to do a reading for me, or would you be willing to do an energy clearing for me? Okay, and what I just heard from the guides is that should you have these things offered to you, say yes. And if you have a fee, if you charge for your services, to make sure that you're receiving fairly. Okay, and then we have Cool, which is Dharma unfolding. So just know that your path is unfolding beautifully before you the more you allow for it. So just remember, don't force any of these energies. I'm going to get one more guide actually. Don't force any of the energies that are going to be coming through. If you are experiencing some of the dark, if some of the shadow work, then just allow yourself to be in the shadow work. No shame, no guilt, no feeling like, gosh, I healed this and I should be done with this. Just being in whatever part of your journey, whatever part of your process you find yourself in. Again, what I'm seeing is on this card, it says steps are being given, take one step at a time to happiness. So know that this is going to be a slow progression over the next couple of months. And as I said that, I noticed that my video is at 3:33. Okay, so this is being divinely guided. You are on a divinely protected path. Just have a little bit more faith, especially in these times when things feel a little bit harder. The next guide that we had come through is Holy Amethyst, who I was actually working with her last night. She's about divine alchemy. There is a lot of karma that's coming to an end. Justice is being served. So move beyond these current challenges. Know that certain things in 3D are not necessarily all that is transpiring, that there are some things that are happening behind closed doors that you might not be privy to at this time. And so just really spend more time focusing on what you truly want in life. They're also saying you have to match that. So as much as you're dreaming and yearning for more, you have to be in this space of gratitude. And that's where the true manifestation is going to start happening for you. Some themes that we're going to see within the Wild Hearted Collective in May. Okay, so on that note, with Holy Amethyst, we have the attraction card. Ooh, they're going everywhere. Attraction. So keeping your sights set on what you desire. That's a big one for the wild-hearted. We tend to get a little bit trapped in that idea of lack. I'm just going to shift the cards a little bit for y'all. And you just want to stay really in that higher vibration. What came through my channel yesterday for me in regards to what I am working on in life is to know that once I've released the desire to the universe, that part of my work is done. I've released it. I've expressed what I truly yearn for, what I really, really would like to see come to fruition in my life. And they said that's their job then to bring that to me. But your job or my job is to stay in a very, very high vibration so that you can be a match for what it is you truly want. Okay. Really powerful attraction, attracting energy, manifesting energy in May, the month of May for the wild-hearted. What other themes? Realizations. You're going to start to really have your eyes opened to your truth. You're going to figure out there are certain people, certain situations that you are no longer a vibrational match for, in the sense that you've grown and you've risen above it, and you just are going to be removing yourself from certain situations that no longer serve your highest good. All right. Oh dear. And then we have the void. And so the void, you know, we've been getting this card so much over the past couple of months. And really the void is a space where we go to feel the emotions, but not allow ourselves to be controlled by them. And so that is kind of one of those sticking points that we're working through. You know, I know some parts of the world are starting to open up after several weeks, maybe even months of isolation. And there are going to be some, you know, even though, you know, the word that's coming through is there's going to be some liberation, there is going to be a lot that has shifted and changed as a result of the current situation that we are coming out of, and we're really going to be in the thick of it for some time. So even though the doors are opening and permission is being granted to kind of go back out into the world, there is going to still be an aftermath. So tell us more about these realizations that we're going to be exploring. Wow. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit more about going with the flow. Like I said, this is going to be a slow process for us. This isn't going to be, you know, instantaneous, these transitions that we're going through in the month of May. And again, it's let things happen. So as you're doing, you know, dreaming up what you want for the month or for the year or for perhaps, you know, the next 10 years, release it out into the world, and then really take some pride in keeping your vibration high. So as you start to focus on things that perhaps have not manifested, you need to be very centered, very grounded, and catch it, and then shift to the things that you're really grateful for. And that's going to keep you in that vibration so that things can continue to flow towards you, as opposed to you acting as almost like a repellent. The next thing we have is the unicorn energy, which is all about serendipity. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of fated meetings. I'm hearing this quite strongly. You're going to start meeting people who are just going to be a beautiful match for you. And some of these connections are going to be virtual, so you might not necessarily be out meeting people, you know, you might not be bumping into people per se, but there is going to be a lot of magic that unfolds over the next couple of weeks for you, for all of us. And, you know, there's a lot of magic in these cards, and actually one of the cards that came through is good fortune, which is invite that magic in. So get ready to receive the universe's gifts, because I do feel like there's a lot of beautiful things coming your way, coming our way within the wild-hearted. And we just really want to open up to that, not be closed off to it. And that's going to be increased. That ability to receive is going to be increased as we allow them to happen, and really stepping out of the vibration that is forcing things into our energetic field, because we all know the more we force things into our energetic field, the more they actually, they work away from us. And then finally, we have Archangel Gabriel, which is about divine messages, clarity, and hope. So synchronicity is going to be on the rise. And, you know, obviously when we see serendipity, we know synchronicity is also going to be paired with that. So there's going to be a lot of repetitive number sequences. You're going to start, you know, perhaps you might start hearing somebody's name quite a bit, and then all of a sudden this person manifests in the flesh. It's almost like the build up to their presence in your life. But you know, also with Archangel Gabriel, what I feel he is offering is to pay attention to the messages that are around you, particularly as they will pertain to your soul's purpose, to your life's mission. So even though we've been inside and we felt like there has been no movement, as things open up, again, very slow and not for everybody. And don't be surprised if things open up and then it kind of gets retracted. That is very much what I've been receiving in my morning channelings, that we're going to start to open up. You know, stores and restaurants are going to start opening up in time. And then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh wait, it was too soon, everybody back in. So they just offered to use your time wisely in May, okay? But this is going to be that certain opportunities, again, are presented to you. This is coming through so strong. It's almost like I'm hearing it when I reveal each card. Things are going to be coming in so strong, and just kind of allow these ideas to flow and allow yourself to move with the ideas. What I just heard was, don't necessarily allow them to stay between the pages or between the covers of your journal or something you once wrote. Put it out there into the world. If it's an idea, a brainstorm, or like this powerful idea of what you want to do, start to take aligned action into making it happen. So what we're healing is this idea of impartiality. Okay, 7th chakra energy. We are going to start really stepping into the space of collaboration with our guides. I know that that's not necessarily how impartiality is going to be interpreted, but what I see with these 2 paint cans and this individual, it's really knowing that what's happening is a collaboration between your physical vessel and your higher self. So really starting to create that inner union where you are divinely guided, where you receive the messages and you take action. Okay, so what else are we healing? There's been a lot of, my cards are flying everywhere today. What has happened, there's been two different kind of mini collectives within the bigger collective. One is those who are getting sign after sign after sign and never taking an action in regards to the signs that they're receiving. And then others who are kind of ignoring their signs and just plowing towards their goals, but not in the most aligned way, or not in the way that's going to get them very far. Okay, they just showed me the wheel. So the tarot, the wheel, let me see, I might have that. I just did a reading with that. Yeah, so the wheel energy, it's time to get off the wheel. It's time to, whatever process you've been in the thick of, it's time to balance it. And by balancing it, it's going to be different for everybody. So just check in with yourself and say, am I somebody who kind of avoids or ignores the help that the universe is offering to me and just drive fiercely forward into what I think I should do? Or am I somebody who gets a ton of downloads, gets a ton of insight and guidance, and is very connected to my guides, but I just get caught up in that side of it where you're receiving the messages and not take action, and others are just taking action and not necessarily acknowledging the guidance? Okay, so like I said, there's 2 pockets within the collective. Just kind of gauge which pocket you're in, or which side you're on, and then we're all working towards that center point. We're all working towards that ground zero. Okay, and then there has to be a lot of forgiveness in the collective. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. So it's not just limited to anybody who has wronged you or betrayed you, abandoned you, ignored you. Any of the things that we tend to really feel. Okay, and just know that it's from this forgiveness comes a really powerful time of expansion. And on the flip side of expansion is isolation. Okay, so we saw that coming in to do the inner work, and now we're going to see time to expand. Some of you will not get the same, the word orders came out, where some of you may not receive permission to venture outside or venture further than the corner, and that's okay. There's still a great deal of expansion that's happening within your isolation. Okay, and that's really speaking to the polarity of all of this, right? So isolation, social distancing, shelter in place orders have really been what you make of them. Some people I know like learned new languages, and others either weren't interested or, couldn't because the energy was just too strong. The anxiety was just too over the top. Okay. So next, let's see what's going on in love for the Wild-Hearted Collective. I know that usually is a very popular topic with the women that I support. Okay, so let go of control issues. This is right alongside that go with the flow. And look, so I put it between serendipity, and I put it between serendipity or unicorn energy and go with the flow, let things happen. Okay, so this is a big call to you to release control in regards to your love life. Whatever the situation might be, perhaps you are happily married, but there are some things that kind of irk you about your person, your partner. Just let go of control issues. It's going to bring you a greater sense of joy. If you're somebody who's been pining away or really seeking love outside of yourself, just know that it's making its way to you. This serendipity, this, good fortune, go with the flow. It all indicates that, but you have to allow it to happen. So you can't, I guess, necessarily seek it out, if you will. Okay, one more card for the Wild-Hearted in regards to love. Flirt. So flirt with the possibilities for those of you who are waiting for a specific person or just waiting for love in general. Flirt with the possibility, flirt with the opportunities that are presenting themselves over time. You need to, just so interesting because controlling is very aggressive energy. Flirting is the opposite. And you're being called to really be in the opposite, where release expectation is something that just came through. Release the hard and fast rules that you have usually played by. For many of you, the love that's entering, there's going to be some love entering for the Wild-Hearted, is going to look differently than what you anticipate. And if it feels good, go towards it. If it doesn't feel good, then it's not meant for you. Everything that's meant for you is meant to feel really good. Okay, let's get a couple of tarot cards in terms of what's ahead. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands, which tends to indicate some long distance travel. I know many of us are just itching to book the flights, pack the suitcase, and go. So that is something that we can start to consider a little bit more. One of the things that you are being asked right now is, where are you wanting to journey to? Where are you feeling this kind of higher calling to visit? And then we have the Seven of Swords, which is just a lot of overthinking, a lot of overworking even. Sometimes I kind of feel like the Seven of Swords has somewhat deceptive energy to it. But here, this is the Druid Tarot. I just got this the other day and I'm obsessed with it. I just love it so much. But there are going to be a lot of decisions that need to be made in the upcoming months. That's also indicated by the Three of Wands. And you are someone, we tend to be someone who overthinks all of the possibilities. It's why it's very hard for us to just go out and flirt for the sake of flirting and see what happens. And that's not just romantically, even flirting with opportunities for career. So, don't give yourself the headache. We see this man, he's writing, he's thinking, he's got a headache. Don't give that to yourself. Just allow yourself to open up to the possibilities. We see the theme here, right? Let it go, let it happen, allow things to come to you. It can be such a triggering message for the Wild-Hearted because we receive this so frequently. So with letting it go, what we have to do is find the strength to sit in the present moment in gratitude, offer up our desires to the universe, and then continue to go towards the things that keep us in gratitude, keep us in our higher vibration. All right, let's get one more guide. Actually, this is where they led me. We'll get one more guide before I call it a day. Remember, those the personal 20-minute readings are available to those who are in the Wild-Hearted Feminine over on Facebook. So that's my free Facebook group. We have conversations. I do different spiritual conversation prompts throughout the week. And then we have Krishna, so devotion. Okay. So yeah, come on into the group. So with Krishna, this has been an ongoing theme. I've done a couple of readings over the past couple of weeks for the collective where this idea of reverence and really anchoring into your spiritual practices is coming up and coming through, okay? So this is where we are right now. So trust your spiritual guidance, trust what's coming through your channel, trust what's coming through in the readings, and then go towards those things. Don't get lost in the void. Allow the emotions, but don't let them control you. Okay, interesting that they came so close to one another. I do hope that you enjoyed May's forecast. Really beautiful energy. I'm happy to see it. It feels really good for me. I hope it feels really good for you. Please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. It does help grow the Wild Hearted Collective. And of course, joining the Facebook group. Have a beautiful day, ladies. Thank you.